So Exodus 19 verse 16 says, and it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightning, and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. Now, when you study this area, you realize that before you get to this part, we studied that they they argued with Moses, and they wanted to hear from God by themselves. Oh, you say you are a man of God all the time. You want to hear from God. What is that? We also want to hear from God. You are the only the one hearing from God. What about if you are lying? We also want to hear from God. Yes, we also want to hear from God. I think it all went down like that. That you see, there are many things that are not written clearly because of the way, the Bible is, if you look at it, it's a humble kind of God we are serving. Even though he's the owner of humbleness, he created man and gave them, and that's why you see he has chosen the path to be humble, and that's why you don't see many things that exalt him that much. So that's why we have to exalt God all the time. We really have to exalt him because he you can see, even though he's God, yet he don't put in, because these things, when he started speaking, there's a place in the Bible where maybe we'll get there. He said that the voice was so loud that they couldn't stand it. They could have died. The voice was so loud. And another thing that I noticed also is that not everybody can hear the voice of God. So at that moment, I realized that they could hear the voice of God. It's a blessing, one thing, but the other way around is that their mind is not renewed yet. So they still have this uncircumcised heart. You see, when you are following God, you have to really leave everything behind. That's one of the most difficult things that we are finding so difficult, because it's difficult to leave everything behind. And because when you take some, you will hear the voice very loud and it will break your ear. Are you getting me? And when there are some people who just hear it easy, there are some people who don't even hear. When you don't hear does not mean that the person is a wicked person or bad person. It's because he has not given himself to that hearing of whatever God is saying. So when you look at this, and because he promised them that they are going to hear him, don't forget he said it in before we got here, I think 8 or something, I don't know, one of the Exodus 19 verse 8 7 somewhere, 8 7 8 9, that he said that they are going to, is coming. So whatever God says he's going to do, he's going to do it. But you see, we have to also be ready for what God is going to do, because what God is about to do in our life, most especially for those who serve him correctly, is going to be amazing. So to be ready for it, you also have to clear your mind. But it trembles them, it really put them to fear.